guys, so you want to do a work holiday visa in Australia. I'm gonna tell you all the steps that you need, stuff that you need to figure out so you can have a successful time as a work holiday visa in Australia. Alright, so the first step is apply for a visa. So it says usually apply when you're about 6 months from arriving. So you should have a general idea of when you want to go, general date that you want to leave. And you can book the flight before, but you can also book it after. Okay, so apply for your visa. So you're going to look up work holiday visa in Australia. The website will look like this, and you're going to set up an account. This is mostly a US citizen point of view because I'm from America, so, but I'm sure it's generally the same for other countries. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If there's something different, it's because I'm the US. Okay, so to be eligible for a visa, you're going to need a valid passport from when you applied to the end of your trip. You're going to need proof of education or a diploma or high school diploma or something. To need an evidence of fund. You need at least 5,000 Australian dollars in your savings or whatever bank that you're using. So it's best to use like a bank statement to show that you have it. So because it's more official, so they know that you didn't like just screenshot it off of something. Then make sure you have money for the application fee, which is 635 Australian dollars. So make sure you have that money for the application as well. So those are the things that you need to be eligible to start applying for the visa program that I went through, which was Global Work and Travel. If you don't want to do it by yourself, you can go through a program, but it was more expensive, so I would suggest you just do it by yourself. Okay, so the application can take up to 8 weeks to process, but I got mine literally the next day. You have to keep an eye out for an email from them and make sure to check your spam because sometimes it might go in there, so you don't want to miss that. So just be on the lookout after you apply. Okay, what to do after being granted or figuring out the next steps for your trip. So if you haven't already booked your flight, then go ahead and book your flight. Book your flight. Do it. Okay, you want to buy travel insurance. If you don't have travel insurance from like a credit card or something, then that gives you travel insurance, I'd suggest you get some for the duration of your trip. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but you just want to be safe and careful. So buy travel insurance. You just look it up, do some research. There are some cheaper ones out there. I got mine for like $1,500. That's a bit expensive, but whatever. But yeah, there's definitely cheaper options out there that can cover you probably the same thing or even more. So just do your research on that. Okay, so next thing you want to do is you want to set up a bank account. You can apply for one now and set it all up when you're in your home country, and then once you get to Australia, you can come pick up the physical card and just like verify the rest of your details. So wherever you're booking your flight to, find a bank branch in that area so they can send that card to that area, and then you can go pick up your card from over there once you like get in the next day or whatever. Just so you know, most bank branches are closed on the weekends, so keep that in mind. So based on your plans, you might want to start applying for jobs. I know I have a few friends that are like traveling in like a van or whatever and just having a blast, but as for me, I don't save very much money. So applying for jobs when I got here, and it took me like 2 months each, but I found one eventually. So it might be easier to just have a few job interviews lined up for when you get here if you're looking to get a job right away. There are some companies that will do video interviews or online, but some of them won't want to do in person. So you'll just have to schedule it for when you get here. And looking for accommodation. So looking for accommodation is kind of hard when you're overseas. You kind of have to do it in person so you can like inspect a place and do that and what's not. But so if you want to look, you can look at houses and you can ask them about it, but you're most likely gonna have to wait till you get here because, as I said, you can't inspect it. And most places only take like up to a week and then you can like move in. I guess it depends on the property and stuff. But yeah, so you can do that. I know a few people who actually work and live at the hostel, like they work at the hostel for a little bit so they can get free accommodation. So if that's something you're interested in at the hostel that you stay at, if you do stay at a hostel, you can always ask if they're looking for some help in exchange for a free accommodation. So if that's something that you're interested in, it doesn't hurt to ask. So once you arrive, you make sure you get a SIM card and a number, because I mean, yes, there's Wi-Fi, but you know, it's not always the best. And if you get lost, you kind of have to, you know, figure your way out on your own. But they usually have SIM cards at the airport, and you can always ask like the people there, like, what's the best SIM card thing and or best provider, and they can help you out. Make sure you get a SIMs, a number, or if you just want to go off grid, that's totally fine too. Just be careful. Once you arrive, you also need to go to the bank. You know, that bank account that you signed up for earlier? You're going to go verify that, so you'll need your passport. You'll just bring your passport with you, and then you're gonna go verify with the bank that your identity and stuff, and then hopefully they'll have your physical bank card available for you, and then you can download the app. You can use Apple Pay or Tap Pay, whatever, because a lot of places in Australia have Tap Pay, so that's pretty cool. Another important thing if you want to work in Australia is have a TFN. In some cases an ABN, but most of the time it's a TFN, which is a tax file number. And I don't know what ABN stands for because I don't have that. When you're applying for jobs and whatnot, you're gonna need a tax file number because they gotta take your taxes now. So you're gonna wanna apply for one of those. If you don't have a tax file number, I think like a bigger number of tax will be taken out of your money if you don't have one. So you should get one. And when you leave, you can actually get some of that money back. So do it because I think it'll be worth it. I hope. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics of stuff that you need to be able to be having a work holiday in Australia. So that's so exciting that you're interested in that, and I would say just do it because why not? I'll have some other videos about more in-depth look on the visa application, like seeing how that process is and filling out the words because sometimes it could be a little confusing. I did a 462. I think the other one is 417. So there's two work holiday visa ones. I'm doing the 462. I will also make another video with how you can find a job and different job sites and stuff like that you can use to find one. They will be on there eventually, so go ahead and check out my channel. If you want to look at that, just subscribe and then you can be updated. Thanks for listening and watching this whole video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them down below. I hope you will have a good time in Australia and I hope this helped you. So good luck to you. You guys have a good day. Bye.